My name is Deanna Rodger. I'm a spoken word poet and an actor, and I also produce spoken word and live music events and do some facilitating. And I'm a Leo from Fulham, and I really like pesto pasta. What I love about spoken word is how accessible it is to everyone, that all you need is access to a notepad and a pen and to have something to say, and that's it. And so even if you're not performing it, you can still be engaging in this art form, and I think that makes it really special. I guess I had this really incredible teacher at college, and he was called Mr. Smith, and he was my English literature and language teacher, and he got me into Margaret Atwood, and just kind of looking at how she uses words and all these kind of clues hidden in her stories that you can use to figure out exactly what she's trying to do, or you're interpreting it really. And so I love the game of language, how you can put in clues to guide your audience to certain feelings, and even in the rereading of a book, how you can suddenly be like, oh my goodness, that was there already, and that's really exciting. And so I guess that's when I really developed it, when he opened up that door to me. I think that poetry nowadays isn't different from previous generations. It just sounds different because language has evolved, and so therefore when we're comparing the two, we're comparing the present, because the poetry that we look at from the past was written in the past present, if that makes any sense. And so I don't think there's much difference other than the language that's used and the references that are used, but both are drawing from what's going on around them in their society and the trend of society. And I think that means that they are more or less the same, just talking about different things, because different things affect you at different times. Technology is really quite important for my work, purely because otherwise I'll be using an awful lot of paper, which isn't that great for the environment. And also kind of on trains and stuff, being able to type really quickly is really useful, especially if you're writing a free write or a stream of consciousness. You want to be able to keep up with your thoughts, which can often just fall out. And so technology has really kind of helped that and inspired that, and also in terms of just how far you can get your writing now through putting it online and sending it out, or sending it in an email, even something as simple as that. And so it's really enhanced it, I think, and I'm hoping to be developing on how poetry can become much more digital. So yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. I see poetry and technology really kind of finding probably a dysfunctional relationship, but one that'll be exciting and full of fireworks. And I think, as much as I love notebooks and pens and hard books and stuff, I think it's really important that we are brave enough to make the transition over to technology. And so in the future, I really do hope to see kind of how poetry can become a lot more interactive through kind of touch screens, and being able to tell the story more, tell an autobiographical story, because poetry can be so personal, and if you can invest in the story of the narrator as you're reading the poem, I reckon that'd be really interesting. But also stuff like YouTube and Kindle and voice memos and stuff is really making it kind of come alive through technology, and be able to spread and go to wider audiences, global audiences. And so I hope that continues.